Good day, good day. Woo, that came out quick. Good morning. That came out quicker than what I expected. Thank you for being here. I am Sue Pickering, Soul Works by Sue Pickering. I'm here to do a message for the collective, and we are going to get started since Spirit is wanting to talk. Cleansing waters. This is talking about your life force. What are you doing to keep that excitement going? If it's excitement, what are you doing to keep your inner soul alive? What are you doing to keep balance? What are you doing to stay connected? All of those things. And it's important right now for you to make sure that you are doing the things that are keeping you it as high vibration as possible. Right now, there is so much crazy in the world. I'm not going to get into that, but there's a space here. That's funny. This was coming to me in the middle of the night again, my messages. There's a space here for you to realize that you can lower your vibration and become part of the hate. You can lower the vibration, become part of the things that are coming. So, but what are you doing to keep your vibration as high as possible, to keep that love alive, to keep that space where you are being the change in the world, where you are bringing people up, where you are a space for people to feel safe within. There is something here for this, for people to really pay attention to your vibration, to keep your life, as joyous as possible, to keep you in that balanced state as much as possible. Okay, they're switching gears here. Oh no, okay. They're showing me here that, again, what are you doing to stay in that vibration? Are you, like, for some of you, you need to be near trees. Some of you, I'm seeing someone sitting under a tree. It's like you're refueling from the earth, but also from the trees. From specifically one tree, I'm seeing someone sit under, and they're showing me just this calmness, this space where you can just be reconnect, but not only reconnect to receive the messages you need for the next part of your journey, for this newness to come in. Someone is going to be doing something new. And it's going to come in a message, and you're going to go, oh, okay. There's something there for that. Okay. There's definitely something there. They're showing me some change coming forward. Change is always good because that means we're evolving, we're shifting, we are in a space where we're allowing things to be more in flow for our path. Okay. There is also someone's going on a trip, and they're going to see this massive view, like a canyon or like a valley, or like just this beautiful view. Not sure what that's about. Not giving me, they've stopped communicating about that. I don't know. If someone's looking forward to a trip or needing to confirmation that they need to go on a trip like that, please know that that's confirmation. White Peacock, royalty and glory. Ooh, that's a beautiful card. Beautiful card. Okay. Number 27, which is 9. So they're just showing me here there is something. They're showing me a space where you are protected, where you are a little bit of vulnerability to move forward. There is aspects maybe of yourself that you haven't shown other people. So it's getting to be time for you to really show your true self, your authenticity, um, and allow yourself to shine, allow yourself to be in the spotlight, allow yourself to really open yourself up. Okay, this is it's like a space. It's time now. We need it more than ever in the world. um, More people to really show who they are, more people to, if you are spiritual, how many people in your community know that? How many people know that you are connect to something higher than yourself? How many people know that you meditate? How many people, like, I'm not saying you have to tell everyone, but there's an aspect here. We need to start showing who we really are. When I first started this, my first post on social media about spirituality, I was like shaking. I was like, oh my goodness, what are people going to think of me? That's where we go. We automatically go to be accepted. We want to be in a space of acceptance. But I tell you, now I don't care. You either scroll on or you resonate or not. It's who I am, and love me for who I am or not. Like, you just get to a space where accept me for who I am, accept me for all of me, or parts of me. It doesn't matter, but to be in a space where you could just flow and be yourself and be honest with yourself in who you are is what they're saying. Ground from the root. Um, Definitely, like I mentioned about being in the trees, being grounded, being in a space where you can grow from the ground up. You can grow from a stable place where this is who you are, and I'm just going to continue to grow. And I know that I'm protected. I know that the wind isn't going to come and blow me over because my feet are rooted into the ground. Okay. That's an analogy. There's definite change. There's something changing. They're saying okay. Now they're saying that whatever you want to do or feel like maybe you don't have enough experience, possibly, or knowledge, that you're not ready for it. They're telling me you're ready. They're telling me you have that foundation that throughout whatever you're doing, you have the roots in the ground. You have it. You're not going, nothing's going to happen that shouldn't happen, and that you are protected. That things happen sometimes, we feel, oh my goodness, things might happen, but what is right about them? It's a lesson. It is learning. It is growth. Anytime something we feel like is shaky ground, it's growth for us. We just have to learn to navigate. We have to learn to rise our vibration to a space where we can step more forward into who we are, with strength, with knowledge, with skills, all of that. Okay. Um, yeah. Okay. There's a space here when I said, being a little bit vulnerable. There's a space here for some that is about money. What if? Okay. What if? Um, there's something here that they're saying, look around rather than look around at the beauty, look around at what you have rather than what if. Okay. It's like they're telling you to put your head up and see that you have these things, that if your head is down you might not see them, and you're only focused on what is down here rather than the bigger picture, is what they're showing me. But they're telling me once you look up and see all of this, you're going to be stepping out of that lack. You're going to be stepping out of that space of worry about money. Okay. This one came out sideways. Okay. That's the Tower. Okay. I want some more clarification on the Tower, please. They're showing me like that. Okay. 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 The Tower. The Fool came out reversed. So if you do not step into something that is really called to you, you don't start getting vulnerable in who you are, things are going to get tough. Things are going to get hard. And they're telling me you have the strength to get through it. You have the knowledge, you have the skills. You're this person who can create from nothing. It's just, that's what they're saying. But if you are not stepping into where you need to go, where your calling is, what you are um, supposed to be doing here, whether that's helping people, whatever, it's going to get difficult. It's going to get hard, is what they're saying. It is like, here's an example. Um, when I was working before I did all of this, I was working for a company and I started getting sick. I started getting where things that people were doing, I would go home and it was just not resonating with me. My heart, I have too much empathy for people. And there was a disconnection from the people. It was always about making the money. It was always about that dollar. And for me, that's not who I am. Okay. So I started getting sick. Things started to get harder and harder. The people I was working with were harder and harder to work with. Just the things. And eventually it was like, okay, I can't keep doing this. And as soon as I let go, things started to just roll. It's crazy. Okay. And we got the magician on the bottom here. Okay. So it's time for you to allow yourself to really use your skills, use your tools, use this inner space that is so magical that miracles can happen, that um, life just starts to become magical. Life just starts to fall into place. And it is so beautiful and amazing. Whoa. Okay. Fast changes. Once you decide that to step through a doorway, once you decide to shift, change, add that modality into your business, if like I have a lot of entrepreneurs on here, so make this fit. But once you decide that shift is here, it's going to happen faster than what you think. Okay. So don't feel like you're going to be out in the cold for very long. Love life. Being in a space where you're in partnership with self, whew, partnership with spirit, where you can be in a space where you are finally where you need to be, where you finally can find that joy without worry, without feeling like everything is falling apart for you. This is about you taking back your power, taking okay, they're showing me you in the driver's seat. Why are you letting other people drive? There's just something here for you to be stepping into your magic. Okay, be stepping into your magic. Embracing, this is about you embracing self. This is about you embracing life, embracing spirit, whatever you believe in, if that's creator, God, whoever. Okay, this is about you embracing all of it to become, held, to become in awareness, to become all that you are. Being vulnerable is an aspect that I'm going to tag. Tara and I did a talk on vulnerability. It was really a good talk. So I'm going to tag that in the, I'll link it to this video. Okay. There's just something here about um, being vulnerable and being in a space of just your being in a space of connectedness. That is why at the beginning they talked about, this here started cleansing waters. started off with, what are you doing to go inward, to stay inward, to keep your vibration where you are going to continue to be all that you are, continue to be all that you need to be, continue to be who you want to be for other people. Um, it's all vibration, it's all energy. We are we have moved into a space where we are vibrating at a whole different level. And when we can hold that vibration, then everything changes. The people change around us. They start holding the vibration. More and more people are wanting to be part of that vibration. And then all of a sudden, we've created a world where we are the vibration, right? We are there. And the people that are holding it are are it's hard, but I know that if I can hold that vibration and I don't go into reactiveness to everything that's going on, all of the things, um I get to hold that vibration and show my path and be the path. And it is beautiful. I feel that we need to have more love. We need to have more understanding. We need to have more, just um, being, rather than um, having to fix everything. Uh, you just think, not everyone here has children, but you try and control what they do, who they see, where they go. What do you get? Their reaction is pulling away rather than just being an allowance and having, whether it's a discussion, a nice discussion, or understanding between two parties. There's just something there about being in the calm. There's something there about being in a space where you just embrace life. Okay. This one kind of flipped kind of awkward sideways. This is the Four of Cups. Um, this is a good analogy. Okay. Spirit is here, happy, offering you, this beautiful cup, and you're here, you're going, yeah, no, I'm over here. I'm focusing on, the negative, the anger, the resentment, the non-forgiveness, the things, right? Whatever you're going through in your life. But spirit is saying there's a better path here. There's a better path. I'm right here. um, but you're choosing to be in that lower vibration. You're choosing to um, only wanting to see the parts that you want to see. So um, when we can sit, this is where what do you do to sit? What do you do to quiet the mind? What do you do to stay connected? And it doesn't have to take a lot of time during the day. It can just be, a minute to close your eyes and take a breath, just to come back. Okay. To take that breath from your chest, take that breath from your heart, brings you right back. I notice when I'm in a conversation with someone and it's like, some people get worked up and it's like, you know what, I'm going to take a breath from my heart, and it just brings me right back down, and it doesn't ever escalate. It is so amazing. It is so cool. It's vibrationally amazing. Okay, Seven of Cups. This is about choices. What choices are you making to get connected? What choices are you making to show your authentic self? What choices are you making to stay grounded into what you are doing in creating, whether that's holistic healing, whether that is, a light worker of whatever type that you are. What are you doing, right? If that is your calling, if that is your calling. The world, this is beautiful. This is how things are going to evolve and develop. And look at this beautiful blossom. And it's going to happen all over the world. And there is transformation here. She's got butterflies. There's a lot of transformation there. This is just everything opening up, things evolving, that is so magical, so beautiful. And it starts with, what are you doing within to have all of this be created? I don't know. I'm sure that everyone on here wants to see, joy, happiness, love in the world. I mean, isn't that the ultimate goal for us, each individual, and then the world, right? Um, and everyone we touch. So that is what I have for today. It's crazy. I've been getting messages like when I go to bed or through the night about my readings the next day. And I'm like, what is like, how is this going to wrap into things? But I don't know, my readings have changed in the last little while. Oh, and I am grateful for each and every one of you for being here, for continuing to follow me, to be loyal and reaching out whenever you can and want to. I am so grateful for that. I will never lose that piece of myself where I communicate with people. And I am so grateful. And I hope you have a magical day. Much love.